and gentlemen, and welcome back to school.
Why did you say ladies and gentlemen? Why couldn't you just say hello?
I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to be fancy.
Interesting. Let me try.
Go for it.
Shall we indulge the interview for this week?
Wow, super fancy.
Much obliged.
This Friday, we will be holding our jogathon.
As a reminder to turn in any jogathon envelopes by the end of the week to be considered for the prize.
I really hope we make it to 5,000. I want to see someone eat a cricket.
Well, I made sure I'm turning in 50 as well. I want to buy a teacher.
Oh yeah, that will be good as well.
As a reminder, as process, help the 5th grade class to put the experiments in the promotion and also support our BTI.
We will see you all out on the field on Friday and see who can run the most.
This Saturday will be Oxnard Christmas Parade.
Many of our sports team, clubs, and also cheerleaders will be participating in the parade.
Come on and support Real Plaza community on Saturday, December 7th.
The parade is scheduled from 10 a.m. at noon.
But get there early to get on the good spot.
The parade takes place in downtown Oxnard on A, 5th, and C Streets.
We hope you see you all there.
December is upon us and the winter lunches are here. So snow cones and candy canes with hot cocoa for all. Okay, well, maybe not yet, but one day to start our week out with, we will have some broccoli alfredo. Tuesday, we go bite sizes, as in some chicken bites. Wednesday ain't no chicken. Well, actually, it is chicken tamales. That is Tuesday. We get a taste of Thanksgiving with some turkey and gravy, mashed potatoes. We round out the week with a fresh taste of the sea with some shrimp ceviche. Well, those are your lunches for this first week of December.
December 7, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. This now famous line was spoken by President Franklin Roosevelt to members of Congress on December 8, in 1941. What President Roosevelt is referencing was the attack of Pearl Harbor by the Japanese military. At 7:55 a.m. on December 7th, Japanese fighter planes zoomed in without warning and bombed the military base at Pearl Harbor. This surprise attack was a strategic event planned by Japan to potentially stop the U.S. Navy from getting involved in its takeover of surrounding countries and islands during World War II. On December 7, Japan launched over 7,350 planes from ships in the Pacific Ocean. The attack caught the U.S. Navy and Hawaiian Islands completely off guard. In all, 2,403 service members were killed with 1,178 wounded. Many civilians were also killed, with 15 naval ships, including massive battleships, were destroyed or damaged. During the attack, the Japanese lost less than 100 soldiers. While the attack was truly a surprise and meant to weaken the U.S. response, it actually had the opposite effect on the United States than intended. On December 8, 1941, the United States then declared war on Japan, which would also lead to our eventual involvement in World War II. Almost all battleships that were sunk in the attack were repaired and eventually entered the war. The USS Arizona unfortunately was not able to be salvaged and today still sits at its mooring in the Pearl Harbor base. Today it is a monument and museum for all to visit to remember the sacrifices that so many made during the attack and the war. In the 4 years after the attack, the U.S. Navy sunk all of the Japanese Navy's ships that were a part of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Today, the U.S. and Japan are allies, but both remember the cost of war and the toll that all paid during those times. On December 7, we remember all the service members and civilians that gave the ultimate sacrifice, and we will try to never forget.
We are officially into December, and that means we finally get some weather.
Yeah, it's finally getting nice and cold.
And you know what that means? We finally get snow.
I hate to be bearer of bad news, but we don't get snow.
Yeah, we do. It's weather, and there is snow in the winter.
Sorry, but no, not snow, not here in Oxnard.
Oh, come on. We had to have had snow at some point.
Let's check in with Allison for weather or not. We have ever had snow in Oxnard.
Well, the correct answer is yes. We have had snow in Oxnard, but it was a long time ago. In fact, the last record time that Oxnard got some snow was on January 9, 1949. So yeah, we don't need to worry about snow in our forecast. But what we can see is that we will start the week with some weather as seen here. And then midweek, we get some more weather like seen here. And then finally we end the week with some other weather like here. But unfortunately, no snow in our forecast. But with the weather getting cooler, make sure to dress in layers and still bundle up. I mean, it might be like almost 40 degrees and at some point. I know that it's not cold to someone from the Midwest. Here it gets to negative 20 degrees. But hey, here is so cold. We put on jackets when it crops to 65 degrees. Anyway, that is your weather for the first week of December.
See, I told you there was snow.
Yeah, you were right. We had snow some 75 years ago.
Oh, yeah. When you say it that way, it does kind of sound like a long time ago.
Yeah, because it is. Anyways, let's check in with Nicholas for a great book to help us get into the winter spirit.
It is December, and that means snow. Well, maybe not for us, but we can immerse ourselves into a story about snow. This week's book is The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. The Snowy Day tells the story of Peter as he wakes up on the first snowfall. of the winter season. He heads out into the snow protected by his bright red snowsuit. He makes footprints in the snow and enjoys the fun all around. He even heads out to make some fun snow angels and go sledding. Peter does not want to let this fun end, so he decides he will take a snowball with him for later, of course. But unfortunately, the snowball doesn't last, and this makes Peter sad, but don't worry, the story doesn't end here. To find out more about this fun story or read it for yourself, check it out in our library and give it a read.
Well, just like that, we end our last episode shot in November.
You mean our first episode of December?
No, it's still November, like November 22nd.
You must be mistaken. Today's is December 2nd. You just mischecked the date.
I'm pretty sure.
As I said, today is December 2nd.
Ah, yes, wink, wink. December 2nd, as you said.
Good. Wait a minute. Are you mocking me?
Never. I will never do that.
Fine. Well, let's just end the show.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you y'all later.
By the way, today's no actually November.